And Red Band and Blue Falcon.
Who cares about Blue Falcon?
Let's try not to burn too many people here. Okay, guys, welcome to another NLGE podcast. I apologize for not having a podcast last week. I guess I wasn't feeling in the mood. Couldn't get the guys together. So, luckily we were able to get one today going, and we have a couple of people with us. We have Letty from Ottawa. We have DJ Treason from San Jose.
Hey, what's up?
And we have NGN Red Wings from Detroit.
What's up?
What's up? Okay. All right, so we're going to do a little bit different this week. We'll talk about a couple things. One thing definitely we're talking about is trade deadline. There was a misconception. It's not this Sunday. It's the end of Week 6, which means it's next Sunday at 5 p.m. So owners, this is the last week for trading. So, make them count. Same thing for waivers. Waivers ends at the end of Week 7, which is considered the beginning of Week 8. So after Week 8, people will be able to adjust their roster. And there's also some talk about going down to 12 for the playoffs. Other than that, that covers all the deadlines, which is going to be great because it's less work on me. But so yeah, just get your stuff done, guys. You got any last-minute trades? This would be the time to do it. We're going to do something a little bit different with the actual when we run through the conferences. We're only going to do the top 5 teams, probably a couple honorable mentions depending on how some teams finish the week. But we're just going to do top 5 teams. We're not going to go too much into the teams themselves. We're going to look at the top 10 forwards, top 10 defensemen, top goalies in the league, because we are also going to be talking about the All-Star voting, which starts tonight. And the All-Star game itself will be the end of Week 8, Thursday at 9 p.m. I think we should have a free day that day, anyways. Most of the games should be done before Thursday. So that day we'll use for the All-Star game. Anyone got anything to add to that, or we good to go? I think DJ wanted to bring up some retirements. A couple people quit this season or quit this week.
Yep.
Because of Ottawa.
Yeah.
Oh, not even just that.
Ottawa just finessed them.
I don't know, man. I think there's been a few. I know in San Jose we had our owner retire on us because he decided to be a little baby because we kicked him from a party, and he destroyed our Google Docs on us, and it was interesting. He took another player with him as well.
Who's that?
He Red Band retired and decided to take Noms with him as well. Convinced him to retire. Originally he was going to stay. Sent me a message saying he's going to stay, and then a few seconds later, well, not seconds, but minutes later, said that he's retiring as well. Wonderful. We had Blue Falcon retire.
Blue Falcon, let's try not to get too much into that one.
Yeah, no one cares about him.
The more interesting one is BT and Shocks.
Yeah, what the heck happened to CT66?
Wait, I'll tell the story. Can I tell the story? I was in that game. Basically, they were up 2-0 in the first, right? And then we just finessed their cheeks to 6-2. And then they all quit out of the game going into the third period. Basically, they just got fucked up.
So what you're trying to tell me is that they rage quit after being pwned by your team?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I love that. CT being a big ass baby again. That's great.
Wait, when you say finesse, I keep hearing people say you finesse them cheeks. Like I don't get it.
Yeah,
you fucked them up.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Right, that's what it means. All right.
Oh, you decided that you wanted to anally rape them, eh?
Yeah.
Right, that's wrong. And let's move on from that. Okay, so it's kind of funny to see people retire like that. Shocks did the same thing last season, so he is not up for an appeal this season. He will not be back for the next 2 seasons. So, CNR, bud, getting rid of all the goofs. That's what I like. All right, so let's move on to the conferences here. Looking at, I guess we'll start with the East. You got Philly, Tampa, Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal. Then you got Boston, Florida, Detroit, all in playoff spots right now. Carolina looks like they're trying to catch up to Detroit, and they went 4-5-1. Detroit went 3-6-1. So Detroit's on a 6-game losing streak. What's going on there?
People not communicating, defense lacking, but now we got too much defense, which is a good thing. And We got some stacked ass forwards now, so we should be good now.
Who's
Nice.
the best on your team?
Who's the best player on your team?
Well, let's spark some fire in there.
Honestly, there's quite a lot of good people. Like, Dark is very good. We blew it against Winnipeg. We were down 3-2 with like 15 seconds left. Their goalie threw it up the ice, hit SPD. SPD walked in the zone, hit Dark. Dark had a wide open net, and Bomber dives and barely gets a piece of it and breaks it up.
Call out Dark, I hear. I don't think he's going to like that.
No, it's all good. He's been helping us win. He gets it in the zone. He's very good defensively as well.
Yeah, I know. I hear good things about Dark. Philadelphia there definitely has to be mentioned, going 10-0 this week. I think they are the first team to actually do that all season long.
We did that too.
Wait, who did that? Sorry?
Ottawa. Ottawa did that.
You guys didn't go 10-0 in 1 week.
This week we did.
Well, this week you guys went 5-5.
Really? Oh, I won all my games. Oh, shit.
Okay, going back to my original point, Philadelphia definitely one of the first teams to do that this season, so congratulations to them. Looks like they figured it out, and they are running away with the East. One of the more notable teams, Tampa Bay, happened to be a rebuild team at the beginning of the season. I've been talking about them in past podcasts, but now they're sitting in second with 60 points. They went 7-1-1 the last week. So this team has definitely figured it out, and they're doing great. That's funny. Last 10 to 7-1-1, and there must be a game they didn't enter stats for, so this would show another mark here. But yeah, no, they've been doing great. The Leafs are on a downfall. Look at 3-7 last week. They've been doing. How they're still in third, I guess, is just because other teams haven't caught them yet, but they haven't really done the greatest, and they're quickly falling down the standings. Ottawa itself, Letty, I'll let you talk about them.
It's a very immature team, I'd say, but we always try to have fun and win. That's all it is.
I think that's the most important part a lot of people miss is, we all join league to have fun and get rid of all the bullshit, but it seems like so much drama gets dragged into it, and so much BS that it's just like it just creates toxic environments where it's not actually fun.
Yeah, it's like a big problem I really see in the league, not having fun.
Well, that's a problem in every league, unfortunately. Montreal, they did the same as you guys last week. They're on a 3-game win streak, though. The minus differential is definitely is changing in their favor. They were doing pretty bad the first couple of weeks, but 24-24, just at 500. Not really too much to say about them, but we'll see how they finish off the season. They got this week and 2 more weeks after that, so it should be pretty interesting to watch how the rest of the East shapes up, but it's pretty fair to say that Philadelphia is definitely locking down first.
Oh, yeah, this should be.
All right. Moving on to the West here. We got Winnipeg, St. Louis, LA, Vancouver, Arizona, all within the top 5. Then you got Chicago, Colorado, Nashville. All these guys are all in a playoff spot right now. I guess the West is doing a little bit better, but they all look like they've been doing 500 for the last couple of weeks. So, but you got Winnipeg that went 6-4-0, which is probably one of their worst weeks. You got St. Louis that goes 8-0-2, which is probably I wouldn't say it's their best week, but it's definitely one of the better weeks they've had this season so far. And they look like they're figuring it out. They're figuring out lines, and a lot of people looked at them at the beginning of the season saying they weren't doing too good. They just above 500, but now it looks like they're killing it, and they're definitely trying to take first in the West.
There it is.
So what do you guys think? You guys think Winnipeg or St. Louis wins the West? Which one?
Winnipeg.
I don't know. St. Louis has a better roster, but I don't think it's run better.
No. I don't know,
What
man.
makes you think it's not run better? I mean, you got Honcho, Hammy, Ivan. Hammy does a lot of work, solid dude. Honcho, does his part. I'm not 100% sure on the dynamics of the actual management relationship. As we know, there are some teams where management, like the GM, tend to do more work than the owner, but that's only because that's the way that management relationship works. But I mean, why do you think that, Letty?
I don't know. They always lose to us. That's what I'm going to say first, but
I don't know, man.
We
At least
even
when I'm
beat 'em,
playing.
and we're third to last in the East, and we beat them.
If you just look at their roster, it's just stacked, honestly. And they should be going like 8-2 every week, 9-1, and that's not happening.
Yeah.
Well, they have been. I mean, other than the start of the season, due to just I guess the because it is a new team compared to St. Louis teams beforehand. It's got a lot of new players on, a lot of new pieces. No, I think they stumbled a little bit in the beginning, but they've pretty much been doing 8-2 every week, if not better.
That's good.
I mean, there's a couple weeks they did 6-4 like Winnipeg, but if Winnipeg keeps going 6-4, or they have a 500 week, I don't see them going any lower than 500. Then St. Louis, I think, will catch them. I think St. Louis will win the West.
Yeah.
Another surprising person to see up there, LA in third. They've always been, around that mark between third and fifth every single season. Same group of guys, pretty much. But I think they've clicked it in this season. I think they've done a great job. And Landcott is right now, I believe, last time I checked, he is tied for points leader in the league with your brother there, Letty.
Langto, not Langcott.
Sorry?
Oh,
French.
that's sad because my brother doesn't even try.
Oh, he does try, actually. What do you mean? He cares about his point lead.
Yeah, he does.
He bragged about it in a party with me not too long ago.
That's funny.
What'd you say, NGN? Did I say his name wrong?
Yep. He
Yeah,
gets
it's
points, too.
Langto.
How do you pronounce it?
Langto.
Langko?
Langto. Like toe.
Toe.
Like
you know,
your
like
toe.
your toe.
Like your
Yeah.
toe?
Yeah, Langto.
Okay, well,
It's a
if you look at
French.
his gamer tag, that looks nothing like it, but whatever.
That and
It's
you always
French.
got to call him Velpoot.
That's really weird. I'm not going to call him that. Yeah.
Because it means sexy bitch, and for some reason,
In
when I
French?
had that Edmonton,
Francais.
Edmonton
You
team,
had him on your team in a different league, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
You got Vancouver there, sitting at
Yeah.
4. With Jay Yeti, who's he spawned some controversy this week with a bunch of players. It's been entertaining to say the least. Went 4-3-3. And I think we were at a party yesterday, and he told me, he's like, well, we're gonna win the cup. And I said, well, unless you guys make some really dramatic trades that really are relevant, I don't see it. I see any of the top 3 teams in each division definitely going to the Cup Finals. I think they all have a chance. I know a lot of you guys would probably say no, Philly and Winnipeg in the finals, but
No.
I think a lot of teams have a chance.
I don't know. I think one team that hasn't been mentioned yet that you're probably going to bring up is Chicago. Knowing how Crazy Ape and Rockstar run shit over there, look at last season, what they did with San Jose. We took over San Jose this season, and Chicago's definitely going to put up some noise and look for them to be putting up a push here, and they're definitely going to be looking to put Yeti down.
We kind of skipped Arizona. Arizona's going through some management changes right now. Right now they have Lupak, but that could change. I mean, there could be some other. That's an ongoing issue that we'll have to figure out. But as of right now, they went 7-2 last week. Their goal differential has been going up. They are 27 wins, 19 losses, just above a 500 record for a team that lost its first 2 round picks, has a change of management. I guess this would be the second time that it's going to be changing management. So hopefully that team pulls it together. But now if you want to talk about Chicago had a great start to the season. And they have fallen back. They have done just above 500 for the last couple weeks. It's allowed other teams to catch up like Arizona and Vancouver. Now they're sitting in 6th. And to be honest, Colorado just underneath them, 50 points. So it's not like this is something that's impossible. I think they have to really bring their A game the next 3 weeks, or you're going to find Colorado, Edmonton might be even able to sneak into the playoffs in the 8th spot. I mean,
won't happen.
Well, you don't think Edmonton will sneak into in the playoffs? But I think they have a decent team that's underrated, man. For a team that's been rebuilt.
Let them try, but we're making some big moves here. And
no. Wait. Are you trying to say that Edmonton won't sneak in because San Jose is going to catch up?
Yeah, buddy.
Bro, you went 1-7-2 the last week. Come on.
Yeah, and we've also had we've also had some issues in.
Whose ass do I have to cut? Whose ass am I about to cut?
Bring it on,
Whose ass am I about to cut? Who is
Right
that?
on.
Is that treason?
It's
When
treason.
have
Bring
you
it
ever
on.
made the playoffs? I'm asking you.
Are you fucking kidding? Dude, you haven't been around when we were on the 360. This is my first season back. I took a season off, and I think I've only missed playoffs once.
And where'd you go in those playoffs?
We've made it to second round, and other than that, we've lost in the first round, but we still made playoffs. And
But that's good to you. You're accomplished with that. I'm just
We're
asking.
looking to do better. We're going to be definitely making some noise. We've made some changes. We made some moves. We've made some good pickups because people are being stupid and putting certain people down on TC that should not be TC.
Who's your player that you go to, that your best player?
Our top players right now?
Yeah.
We've got TBU Emo Necro, 25. He's our goalie. He's definitely making some noise. He's definitely a sleeper for a goalie.
Okay.
So defense, we've got Hiram, and we just picked up Blue Liner. So look for a solid defense core right there. We just moved Nasty, 61, causing some issues.
He's one of your best players.
Up on the front end, and we just Nasty. Fuck no. The attitude. You can have attitude.
Yeah, but best player.
Lamport, we just brought and then we traded Puck and Nuts away and picked up Lamport. You look at your solid. We're bettering our team with a better morale. You get rid of the people that have bad attitude, you bring in the people that want to be here.
Okay, so I have a question for you. Not even like a best team, because Ottawa isn't that. Do you think you could beat us in a series? Because I'm the Undertaker right now. I'm undefeated. So.
Yeah. I can't wait till we face you again. Is all I have to say to that.
All right, so let's move on here since we're done talking about the standings and where everyone stands. We'll talk about the top 10 players in the league right now. We got Chatterbait, aka Gabby, aka Mewtwo, Gay, whatever you want to call him now.
Oh my God, I can't believe you went up with that name.
But 31 games played, 125 points. Then you got Lanto. Yeah,
Lanto.
And same thing, 31 games played, 125 points. But Gabby's plus minus is definitely one of the highest ones in the league. And then you got the players of Toronto. You got Spicy there. You got Pizza Rome was doing pretty good. Apparently Jay Yeti has somehow creeped his way into the top 10, averaging about 3.3 points a game plus 25, and he's got about 89 points. So, and then you got a bunch of other players. You got Lindros, Lethal Sniper, Cormier, Gucci's falling down the list a little bit, and then you got Tank sitting at 10th for Philly, he's got about plus 61, averaging about 3 points a game, and he has 82 points.
Wait, I thought I was on Ottawa. Wait, I'm on Philly. My mistake. That's why we went 10-0, I said.
Wow. Maybe.
No, I'm kind of making the same mistake. I thought he was on Ottawa for some reason.
I'm like, what? How did we not go undefeated? I was thinking that for like 30 minutes.
No, so you're definitely part of that Philly. Philly's doing great. I mean, they're definitely, if they keep going the way they're going, President's Cup hands down.
3 of the top 10 players.
3 of the top 10 players. That's correct. No, they're doing great. They made some really good trades. Where I think a lot of trades they've actually won in just due to
they trade raped.
Yeah, they've been trade raping all season, but
that was a big trade.
We don't put any limitation on trades. Everyone can trade. The owners are free to trade whoever they want, unless we figure out you're trying to tank your team, which is a different story altogether. But I don't think anyone's been trying to do that this season, which is good. No one's pulling a Chris Letang, so Jesus, that guy was a douchebag. Okay, so let's move on to defensemen.
Chelios and Draisaitl. That's all I'm going to say.
You don't get kicked from our podcast for calling someone a douchebag, so just letting you know.
Chelios, I love you, but you lie. I'm just kidding.
That's Chelios. What do you expect?
Yeah, lucky he's probably never watched the
tricks.
podcast. You're good.
You already has a private jet.
Oh, man, don't start with this shit.
Oh, God.
Pinkerton's up there at the top, but he's -3, which is, what it is. Let's look at the plus-minus here for defensemen. This is much better. Deking like Destiny, Draisaitl, Hammy, all doing great. And then you got the top defenseman in the league, all on Philly. Like Jesus, you got Deking, Draisaitl, Chelios, 4 for K9, Dumba, who's only played 12 games and gets
Do
cracked.
we own that list? I'm just saying.
Look at Dumba. Dumba's
We're
gonna miss
owning
the
that
most
list.
when he gets more
Hey,
games
go
in.
look at the hit leader.
You want to look at the... Okay, let's do it.
Okay, that means you play no defense. That means you don't play defense if you hit.
No, it's not even
You
a
have a
D-man.
former player there from Carolina on the hit list. You should actually be taken off there. Pinkerton. What name am I looking for here, NGN?
What, Speedy?
Yeah.
Speed? I don't even see Speedy's name on here.
He was at one point.
Oh,
he was
wait.
trying to go for
He's
the
a
hits
forward.
leader.
He's a forward. So here, give me a second. I'll look at forwards.
Oh, wow. Wow, he got dropped.
Here's Speedy. I don't even see him on here, the top list for hits on the forwards.
Yeah, that's what he was trying. He was calling Kong out left, right, and center, saying that he's going to kill it on the hits list and gonna take Kong's
He has
record.
250 on mine.
I don't know what list you're looking at. He's not on the top here.
I don't know why you're achieved at that. You don't play defense if you go for hits. I think we all know that.
Yeah, center is supposed to be a more defensive role, so...
Oh, no
actually,
shit. That's
since
why he got moved.
Since I forgot to say this before, I'll give a shout out there to Kushner. Kushner, I guess that's how you pronounce his gamer tag. He is a new player rep for NLGE and is going to be helping out with the Player of the Week awards. So, biggest shout out to him for stepping up. It's good to have people that are willing to help. All right, so now can we go back to stuff that's relevant there?
Yeah,
Ian?
please.
Oh, for some reason, SPD's position is goalie, so you'd have to put
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, because I think he originally signed up as a goalie. I'll change that later. Here we go. Back to defenseman here. Hammy. Let's see the top point leaders here. Pinkerton's got 61 points. Deaking's got 59. Fizz, which I think he plays a mix of center and defense, so I don't know how misleading this number is, but apparently 51 points.
Deakins plays left wing on our team, just saying. Doesn't play defense.
That's what I figured. But he plays. See, the one good thing about Fizz is, if you ever play with this guy, he plays all sorts of positions. Like, he doesn't just play one. Like, he's so universal. He can play every position really well.
I'm signed up as forward, and I've now played like 11 or 12 games on defense this year.
Yeah, well, you know,
You've lost all those?
so that's the thing. That's the issue. That's the issue with not having position lock. Is this you're free to play whatever position you want, but when it comes to stats, they don't take that into account. Whatever position you're signed up is pretty much where you're going to show up on the standings. So if we're playing out of position, then hey, it doesn't really come like we're not going to go into it now. But when we're doing like the All-Star voting, which I'll post later on with more details on how that's going to go down. Then we'll take into account how many games you played at forward, defense, and so forth, Blitzy's a good player. PJ Reaper's on the top 10 list here. He's got 40 points, but he's minus 32.
He's playing center.
40 points.
Great. All these guys playing out of position. Makes it hard to talk about.
Well, Deacon got traded, and now he's a forward on our team. He was a D-man on Ottawa. That's why he got
I've been
changed.
playing defense a lot lately. Well, for most of the season, I've been stuck back on D.
Yeah, it looks like he's been playing mix. He's been playing center and D. But it looks like he's played most of his games at center. There goes center, D, center, D, center, D, center, D. Okay. So he's playing most of his games at forward, so we'll adjust that when we're doing voting. We'll do a quick look at the goalie stats, as I know Letty wants to look at it.
Let's do this.
I don't see on the top here, Letty. What's going on?
I have like a 790 or something like that. Not too bad. When I was playing on Ottawa, they had shitty defense, so I had like a 600 something, so that weighed me down.
What team are you on now?
Philly. They're really good.
Oh.
Well, we'll take a shutout here. Let's see, games played, because obviously that matters. Represent SA Reflex Pro has definitely got the better save percentage for the amount of games he's played, 25. Demented Christ is a really good goalie, so he's averaging exactly where we kind of thought he would. SA's got 21 wins, 4 losses. Demented 18 wins, 6 losses. Represent for Vancouver though, 12 wins, 14 losses. Has the most amount of games played by 1. Save percentage.
Where am I on there?
Where are you?
Mm-hmm.
I think. Wait, for wins and losses?
I'm 15-0 or whatever.
Well, this is game played here. Let me do wins and losses here. Here, Letty. 13 games played, 0 losses, 2
Undertaker.
That's
No, you're
you won
whatever
every
you
single
say,
game.
buddy.
That's pretty good, Letty. I'm happy for you, bud. Kong's played 19 games at goalie. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think people definitely in the running for the goalie awards is SA Reflex, just because of the amount of games played. Unless somehow you start getting a majority of the games played, I think there is a certain number to that.
Yeah.
You got Winston Payne. I think he was the first overall pick, if I'm not too mistaken. He's doing really good for Winnipeg. Then you got Demented Christ, Nate Dogg, Farting Taco, which was I think he was a random assignment. But
Yes,
he
he
ended up
was.
becoming like the star of Tampa because he shows up, he's active, and he's a pretty good goalie. And despite being a young kid, he's not annoying. He's pretty cool to chill with. Yeah, no, I mean you can't really say that for every squeaker, but he's definitely one of the good ones.
So he's not like me then?
No.
No, he's got a squeakier voice than you, but he's like 10 times better than you in terms of like actually being able to like sit in the same party with him.
I've been more mature lately.
Oh shit. I think Brendan VI stopped playing goalie. He got represent Loki, Burrell.
Now, are we talking about just East, or are we talking about both?
This is just top goalies in the whole overall league. We're not breaking it down by conference, just because.
No, you go look at. Okay, so where's Emo Necro sitting? TBU Emo Necro 25. His save percent's should be solid. He was in the race for a while there, tied for first at one point.
But he's only played 14 games, right? So he's got 8.15, 8.15, sorry. 6 wins, 8 losses, 1 overtime win, 1 overtime loss.
Yeah.
So.
Still being solid here. Definitely earned his spot as top goalie.
Well, he's going to be San Jose's top goalie for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, he's going to be making some rows. Fuck no. We all know how that turns.
Yeah, you're pretty bad.
Oh, dude, I'm Swiss cheese out there. You're better off putting a fucking pylon in net.
Hey.
Everybody knows that.
Anything else you guys would like to share with this week's podcast? Because if not, I think I'm just going to end it here.
I definitely see some noise being made by some lower teams that people are just going to start underestimating. I'm not talking specific teams, but like you look at Nashville, they've been making some moves. You look at teams out east, they're making some moves. So
where do I put my gamer tag change in to be the Undertaker?
It's not going to happen.
No, we already have an Undertaker BA.
Yeah, no Undertaker in the league.
What about John Cena?
No. John Cena's horrible.
Cena's a bitch.
Exactly what she said. NGN, what's up, buddy? You got any final words for the podcast before we sign off here?
Hashtag vote NGN for All-Star.
Yeah, right.
No,
that's funny.
Trying to solicit votes already for the All-Star. Again, All-Star voting will be available tonight, guys, just after games. They will be posted in the awards section, and I think they'll be voting for everything from defense, goalies, forwards from each conference. To give you some detail, if we do it like we did last season, we'll try to run 2 All-Star teams from each conference. All-Star Team East 1, All-Star Team East 2, the same thing for the West, and we'll have like 4 captains to organize them, and it should be fun. I mean, we did pretty good last season with the All-Star game, so I'm hoping this one will be great. The voting will only count for one person, so basically people who are voted in, you'll be playing on the number 1 team. So if you're voted like number 1 forward in the East, then you'll basically be, and it'll feature people from every team to make it fair. And then basically, yeah, you'll be able to vote on them, and if they make it in, then they'll play in the All-Star game.
Will JJ get any votes?
The rest of the teams will be.
Me? No, I won't. I highly doubt I'll get any votes.
No, I said, will Gabby get any votes because no one likes him, or no?
He'll probably just, even if he doesn't get votes, he'll just get in based on the fact of his stats. I mean, captains are able to vote, and then basically, well, not vote, they'll be able to draft their teams pretty much from the All-Star pool that we'll put out there. That has nothing to do with the voting itself, and then they'll be able to put their own little team together. We do this so it makes it run a little bit more functional, and it makes for some more competitive teams. Other than that,
fucking
I think that's it for the NLGE podcast. Thank you very much, Letty, for joining us. Thank you very much, DJ Treason, for joining us, and thank you, NGN, for joining us. Until next week, guys.
Sorry, I had to shit on you, DJ.
Yeah, man.